It is Tony, and today I want to share with you something that so many people struggle with, and it really holds us back from being our best self. So that is, I want to share with you that your struggles are not your destiny. So if you're new and just tuning in for the first time, or maybe you've been here for a while and you're just finally catching one of my live videos, I want to say welcome. My name is Tony. I am a stay-at-home mom with 5 kids, and we homeschool, and I struggle with Hashimoto's disease. And 2 years ago, I decided that, you know what, I am not going to let my struggles with being overweight, my struggle with depression, my struggles with, not loving myself be my destiny. I decided that, I was going to take charge. I was in control of my life. I was not going to let my circumstances, I was not going to let a diagnosis or, something from a doctor tell me that this is who I am going to be the rest of my life. So that is what we're talking about today. So first of all, if you're just hopping in, I want to say welcome. Give me some hearts. I want to know, let me know, do you have anything that you're struggling with right now? Have someone told you that, you're never going to amount to anything, or you are always going to be in this situation, or you are never going to be able to have that dream home. You're never going to be able to go on those vacations. Do you have someone in your life right now that is saying that to you? Maybe that person is you. Maybe you are that person that is, having that negative Nancy, negative Nelly mindset that is dragging yourself down, is keeping you paralyzed, or maybe it's, pulling you back. So that is what we're going to share today. So first of all, I want to share with you a little bit of how I got to where I am today. I know some of you are like, who in the world is this person? Well, like I said, I have 5 kids, and actually 2 years ago, my journey started. My journey to this new life, this journey to finding fulfillment and excitement started. I had just had baby number 5. I had been on bed rest with him for 5 months. So mind you, I had put on extra pounds from, just doing nothing and eating, microwave meals, burritos, and anything that came from Costco in a box is pretty much what I ate. And then on top of it, my last 2, my number 4 and number 5, are only 14 months apart. So I never really lost the baby weight from her. So I was adding pounds on top of pounds. And I was sitting idle. I could not, do anything by doctor's orders. It was, sit and do nothing or be put in the hospital. And like I said, we have 5 kids total. So at that time I had 4 kids, homeschooling. My husband's a firefighter. It was not possible for him to just take off work and to stay home with me. And unfortunately, we don't live in an area where we had, family that could just come in and help with those things. So my kids really stepped up to the plate, and they helped a ton. And I'm so thankful and grateful for them. So that is what brought me to where I am today. After he was born, I was struggling severely with postpartum depression. I had it slightly with Trinity after she was born. She's number 4, but I had never experienced it like this before. I can distinctly remember a time when I was like, I never felt these feelings before, and I had heard of moms, feeling this way about their kids, but I remember giving both of them a bath one night, and I was thinking, why am I in this situation where kids are crying and I, just can't get them to stop? And, I've thought about ways that I could end my life and things like that, and I look back at it now, and I think that was such a selfish point in my life, but that was a real struggle. That was where I was, and, coming to realization that there are so many other moms out there that struggle with postpartum depression, with depression in general, that is why I made it my mission to help women to feel their best. You don't have to feel like you don't matter, because I was in that spot where I wondered, would my husband be better off with a different wife? Would my kids be better off with a different mom? I had those thoughts, and more than once, I will be honest with you. But I am so thankful and grateful now that I found a path, I found an outlet to change my mindset, to change my life, to change my children's life, to be that mom who's present and active with them on a daily basis, to be that wife that my husband has always wanted and deserved. So how did I get here? I found this program called 21 Day Fix. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't. Maybe you've seen the infomercials. But I knew that if I was going to make a change, if I was going to lose those crazy pounds from being pregnant, like I had to have something that was going to fit in my schedule, something that would work with having a newborn, which would work with homeschooling kids, which would work with really having 2 babies. And the workouts were only 30 minutes long. And I loved it. I could fit it in where it worked with my schedule, whether it was at nap time or, during lunch break for the kids. It worked for me. I could put Titus on the floor in his little play mat and I could do my workout, and I didn't need a lot of space. I didn't need a lot of equipment, and it worked for me. So that was a lifesaver. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't, go somewhere. I had all these kids. How was I going to make it work? And the best thing was the nutrition plan, because if I was going to make something work, it had to be simple. It had to be what I call like stupid simple, that my kids can help me with it. If they could help, warm up a burrito in the microwave, they can do this meal plan. It is so easy. As long as they know their colors, trust me. And the thing was that I was not going to be that person that made, a meal for me and a meal for my kids. I wasn't going to do it. It had to be something that was fit in our budget, first of all, because we are a one-income family, and I wasn't going to be buying crazy foods that I didn't like and that we had never eaten before. That wasn't going to work for us either. And guess what? This plan fit all of those requirements. It was so easy to make meals that were healthy and satisfying for my family. We did things like taco salad and strawberry and cream overnight oats, even a no-bake cookie recipe. Let me tell you, it is so amazing to be able to eat foods where you don't feel deprived, because you know what? I've done programs in the past where it was so restrictive, and you know what happens? I would stick with it for a little while, and then guess what? I would give in and I would binge on chocolate, on candy, on, bread, carbs, whatever, because I was so deprived. And then you just fall down in this cycle where you just beat yourself up. You know what? And this is not about being perfect. This is about balance. This is about progress. There are still days that I struggle with the binge eating, but you know what? I am so much better than I was when I first started, where I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I was one of those people that I would hide wrappers under the garbage so nobody knew that I ate a whole bag of chocolate chips, or the granola bars that I bought at Costco. I would eat, 3 or 4 of them at a time. So, like I said, it's all about balance. It is about, there are times that I go and I have a treat meal. We're on vacation, I have something that I don't normally have. But like I said, it's a balance. It is about learning how to fuel your body. It is learning how to respect your body and love your body. That is so crucial. Food is not a drug, but how many of us really use it for a drug? I know I was guilty of it. When I was sad, I would eat food. When I was happy, I would eat food. And now I've learned the importance that food is for fueling my body to getting results I want, to dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, because really a lot of that is stemmed from what we put in our bodies. So, like I said, my first round, which was 3 weeks, 21 days, I lost 13 pounds in about 15 inches, which was amazing considering I struggle losing weight with Hashimoto's disease. I was told it would be impossible, but I did it, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the way that I felt. I was so excited that I could do it. There were times that I would cry because, I did not know that I could get through a workout anymore. I'd been, on bed rest where my body, I didn't recognize it. It was squishy and jello-y, and I was so flabby that I didn't know who I was anymore. But pushing myself and getting through those workouts, now when I look in the mirror and I see muscle, I see, things that I hadn't seen in years, I am so proud of what I've done, because you know what? It's all on my own hard work. That is what I want you guys to know, that you can do it. You don't have to do this journey alone, because you know what? That is what has kept me going, is support from, surrounding myself with people who are going through the same thing, people who have the same struggles, the people who are the same, they need help with their food, they need help with motivation, because you know what? There are days that I am not motivated to work out. There are days that I want to stay in my bed. And the key is finding something that you love, and finding something that even on those days where you are not motivated to get out of bed, you are still going to do it because you love what you're doing. And that is what has worked for me. And, finding something you're not going to get bored with. So, like I said, today we're talking about is your destiny and your struggles. So, being that with depression and Hashimoto's disease and a herniated disc, and being told that I would never amount to anything, and being a college dropout, and feeling like I was just worthless. This program brought life back to me. I know it may sound silly to some of you to think, how can a workout program where you are hurting, where you are sweating, where you are in the pits of working out, how can that bring life to you? Simple. It gave me back my confidence. It shut out all that noise of people telling me that I couldn't do it. Whether it was a doctor or, a teacher or, someone in your life that you looked up to that was telling you, you're not going to be able to do this. Just accept defeat. But inside, I knew there was something stronger than that struggle. I knew that there was something that I was made for a purpose. I knew that my destiny was not to be depressed, laying on this couch day in and day out, and just numbing my feelings with, chocolate covered almonds or the whatever junk food it was for that day. And guess what? Now I have the opportunity to help other women to feel their best, to know what it feels like to be on the other side of that coin, to know what it feels like to, live your best life, to be excited to get up in the morning, to be excited to do your workout, and to be excited to learn a new recipe, to share with your kids, to teach them how to live healthy, and to help them to not struggle with the same negative thoughts in your mind. So remember, your struggles are not your destiny. Your struggles, whatever you're going through right now, is not your destiny. It is just what you're going through at the moment. Think of it as a tunnel. You're going through this tunnel, and guess what? You will come out on the other end. I promise you. Keep fighting. I am here for you to help you through that struggle, because you know what? Like I said, community is so important. That is why I do my VIP boot camps. It's not just about the fitness. It's not just about the nutrition. It is about the support. It is about changing your mindset. For so many years, I struggled with, those thoughts like, I failed. I didn't finish college. I'm overweight now. I'm not the mom that I wanted to be. All these things were in my mind. But you know what? If you start a chain of positive things in your life, it's going to be a domino effect and affect everything else. It will. I promise you. You just need to start. You need to believe in yourself. And you know what? If you are struggling with that belief in yourself right now, it's okay. It's okay. But you need to at least acknowledge that you need help, that you are ready to make that change, that you don't want to be stuck in that tunnel of struggles. You don't want to be stuck there. You don't want to live that way. You don't want your kids to, go through that. You don't want your spouse to be stuck in there. You want to come on the other end, and let me tell you, it's beautiful on the other end. It is amazing. You are going to be so excited at what you see. Like, I had no idea. There was a time when my kids would go hiking. We live here in Colorado. There's beautiful mountains. And my 10-year-old daughters actually hiked Pikes Peak last summer, which is something I want to do one of these days. But they would go on this other hike. It's called Manitou Incline. If you're not familiar with it, look it up. It is a crazy hike. I think it's almost a mile, 0.8 of a mile. But the elevation it goes up is over 2,000 feet in the grade of elevation or something like that. So it's pretty steep in some spots. But they do it all the time. And they can do it like in less than an hour. So the very first time that I ever did that was after I started this journey to getting healthy, because I had been sitting on this couch, just watching reruns of Law and Order while they would go out and hike with their dad, because I was not in a spot to do it. He was afraid I would have a heart attack. I did not want to just be living life, by myself. I didn't want to be just living life without my kids around me, because I couldn't do the activities that they wanted to do. I didn't want to be that mom with all these little kids and I couldn't be active with them. So I made a decision, the same as you are going to do. You are going to make a decision that yes, this is your time. This is your time to take charge. No more struggles, no more defeat. Get off the struggle bus. I promise you, they will open the door and you can run out. You don't have to stay on it. Get out of that tunnel, because it's beautiful outside of there. I went on that hike with my family. I got to the top, and it wasn't the top of the mountain, but it was the top of the Manitou Incline. It was just so beautiful. It was so amazing. If I had never decided that I was worth, doing a 30-minute workout at home, I never would have been there. I probably would have, had a heart attack. I probably would have, who knows, not be here because of suicide or something that you never know. But taking that first step, taking that decision for that first day, it was March 17th, 2015. I will never forget it. That was the hardest day for me, but it was the best day for me. You know, if you are a parent, you know that day that you give birth to your children, how exciting that is. March 17th, 2015 was giving birth to myself again. You know, I brought life back into my family. I brought life back into me. And I'm so passionate about sharing this with you just because so many of you are sitting there and you're watching this and you're thinking, you know what, that's great for you, but I can't do that. That's great for you, but I have, I don't have any money. That's great for you, but I don't have any time. That's great for you, but, I have an injury. Guess what? This is for you. This is for you. If I can do it, I know you can do it. I had no idea how I was going to pay for it. I had no idea how I was going to do the workouts. Because you know what? I was so defeated. I was so much in this place of, I didn't know myself anymore. My body was just falling apart. So I want to just share with you that, you know what? Don't let those things that you think are holding you back, hold you back. If you really want to do this, there is a way. Let me tell you. Because you know what? Now I am able to bless other people by helping other people to, just share my knowledge, to share my struggles, to share my life with you. As a homeschool mom, it isn't easy. I'm with my kids 24/7. Some people may think, well, I have it made easy. I'm with my kids all the time. But it is a struggle. Because you know what? I am their mother. I am their teacher. I am their disciplinarian. That there are times that it's like they don't even listen to me. My voice is like white noise. And it makes me want to pull my hair out. And it just makes it even worse for me, I think, at times. Because it's not like they're excited to see me. Because we're with each other all the time. But I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this for them. We homeschool. And I'm so blessed that through this opportunity of paying it forward and sharing what has changed my life with you, no longer are we just going to have to read in a book about these places that we're studying, about France, about Germany. We're learning different cultures and countries this year. But guess what? Soon we are going to be on a plane. We're going to have passports for all of our kids, real ones, because we have little pretend ones for school this year, but real ones, and we are going to travel the world. And that is going to be the best experience for my homeschoolers, is to learn things firsthand. And if I had never made that decision to take control of my health, to take control of my fitness, they would never have that opportunity to go see the Eiffel Tower, to go see the Grand Canyon, to go, see Germany, to go see all these things that so many people only dream that they could see and they read about in books. But because I said yes, because I am passionate about paying it forward, it is not about, being a salesperson, because let me tell you, I am the worst salesperson. I tried it before. This is about just helping you to feel your best. So if you are ready, if you want to know more about what it is that I do in my virtual VIP boot camps, I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you. I want to see what is it that you're struggling with. Because you know what? Most likely, I've been there. I'm going to be 40 this year. Can you believe that? I'm going to be 40 this year. Some people ask me, well, how old are you? Yeah, I'll be 40 in November. I'm going to be 40 years old. And I feel better than when I was 30. Even though my weight is more than I was, but my confidence is so much better. I believe in myself. I have a vision of my life. I have purpose with my children and helping other people and with my husband. Like, that is so much better than a number on a scale. So if you want to know more, please let me know. The application is going to be in the comments here when I get done. But I want to hear, what is it that you guys are struggling with? What is it that's holding you back? Is it that you are afraid, that you don't have the money, or you don't have the time, or you don't like certain foods, or, what is it? I want you to share with me. I want to be able to help you, no matter where you are in life, to help you to live your best life. So have a fabulous Friday. Please be safe tonight. I know some of you are probably going out and celebrating. So I want to see you guys all back here tomorrow. So have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.